Howdy. So when I did my Wednesday weigh-in video the other day, I had mentioned that I was thinking about doing a vision board for 2017. So I've done them in the past. I did it with a friend a couple years ago actually, and I was totally new to me, it was new to me. I'm not overly creative, and I shouldn't say that necessarily, but my problem is just letting go and doing it. So what I mean by that is with a vision board, usually what I've seen other people doing and what we did that day was have a piece of paper or a board and a bunch of magazines, and then you go through magazines and cut out little pieces of words or photos or things that inspire you, things that you want to, people do them for different reasons. It's not something you necessarily do right at the beginning of the year. Maybe it's intentions that you want to manifest, whether it's job related, relationship related, just all kinds of things. So the one that we did 2 years ago was at the beginning of a new year. So that one was, we kind of just did different ones. Like Erin did them, she's a lot more creative in the aspect that she's able to just let go and kind of just do her thing. Whereas my problem that I found was that I'm very specific. So I want things to look a certain way and I want them to look proper, and I kind of have, I guess, almost a fear of just letting go and letting things happen as the way they kind of fall. So it was new to me in that way because I was going through and picking certain things and I wanted everything to kind of match and look good and all that kind of stuff. So the first one that I did was about my year that I kind of wanted for ahead. There was things like traveling, it was very similar to what I did this year. But the other one, the second one I did then was more just kind of love, romance kind of related. And it was more just kind of letting things go. I released it a little bit, my OCD, just to kind of let things go. So anyways, I kind of thought going into 2017 that I wanted to do another one, only because last year I didn't set any resolutions, anything really. I knew I needed to change my lifestyle. I wanted to become a little bit healthier, lose weight if that was a possibility, and just kind of accept and love myself more. So I didn't set any resolutions, any goals, anything going into the new year because I'd done it many, many times and failed. So I didn't want to set myself up for that again. So I thought maybe instead of doing resolutions and goal setting necessarily, I was going to do a vision board again where I just put some intentions kind of out into the universe. And that's what I did. So this year, instead of going through magazines and everything like that, we don't buy magazines. We don't really have magazines lying around. And there's not a whole lot in the newspaper, to be honest. So what I decided to do was go on to Google and just in Microsoft Word, write out some of the words, because I don't really like my writing, write out words that I wanted to intend for this year, goals that I wanted to do, that sort of thing. And then I also went on to Google and found images of things that represent what I wanted to go for this year. So this is kind of an image of what that kind of the beginning process looked like. So I had a piece of bristle board. I had cut it down. My daughter actually needed it for a school project, so that worked out great. I just cut a little piece off of it, used that as my board, and then these are just some of the images. So I just kind of cut them out after I printed them, and then was going to kind of glue them down. So it took me more time to find the images and write the words and stuff out than it did to actually do this, because once I started cutting it, I just kind of placed them in groups on the board. I let it go a lot more than I did a couple years ago when I did it, so that's good. So this is kind of what that process looked like. And then that has my finished result that just showed. So this is my board, which is probably, I don't know if it's going to look backwards in my video or not, but anyways, the year, my name. So what I also did was my daughter has some scrapbooking stickers and stuff, and I took those and kind of glued them on just as filler because I thought I was gonna have way too much stuff and not have enough room, and it turns out that I did over here is still kind of looking a little sparse. So anyway, so I kind of have travel. I'd like to go to a NASCAR race because that's my redneck in me. I've been wanting to go for a couple years, so my husband is gonna have to take me this year. I'd also like to go. It's like just scenery, so like mountains, water, beach, just relaxing, not necessarily doing a lot of touristy stuff, but just seeing stuff. I'd like to travel more, whether it's by plane, train. I don't care. I just want to travel because I'm feeling kind of just stuck. I'm plugging, which is funny since I'm putting this on YouTube, but like I am plugged in and I am on social way more than I should be, way more than what is natural and healthy. And last night I actually had a little breakdown. I posted it on Instagram. I just was feeling very jealous and envious of seeing other people's stuff, and I was just like, okay, if you weren't on here and you were living your own life, you wouldn't be feeling that. So I need to unplug. I want to read more books. I love reading. Last year I really didn't do very good in that department, and I have a stack. My daughter actually made fun of me. She's like, that looks like the stack beside your bed, of books from myself, friends that have lent me that I would like to read. Loving myself, loving life, loving my family, loving my friends, just love, lots of love. More bonfires, more water. I love being outside in the summertime, near the fire, near the water. It's great. Relaxation, being fearless, being less fearful, I should say. That's a whole other topic. I'm discovering that I am my own worst enemy, and the fact that there's things that I want to do, a la skiing and skating and more biking. I think it's a great idea. It's great, and I get so afraid that either I'm going to hurt myself or I'm not going to do it right. Or anyway, this is kind of my weight loss area where, like, you know, eating. I don't have any food related stuff on there, which is fine. But like, I'd like to do a 5K run again. It's been years, and even then, I kind of walked more than I ran. You know, I'd like to hit the 100-pound club this year. I'm already. I had lost over 80, so I'd like to hit the 100-pound mark, just a goal. I love Paris, so I put that on there because it also says j'adore moi, which means love yourself. Anyways, savings, laughing, happiness, just, yeah, it's kind of what I'd like to see for 2017 in a nutshell on a board. So, I've put it kind of in my workspace where I work, so that I can kind of see it all the time. I don't really... I'm not going to put it on my fridge, put it somewhere like that, but it's just putting stuff out into the universe, putting intentions out there, trying to manifest this stuff. So hopefully that will happen. We'll see, I guess. Just trying to start 2017 off on a good foot, with some intentions and some goals of what I'd like to achieve. So anyways, it's kind of, I'm not crafty, I'm not creative, and I did it. So maybe you'd be interested in doing something like that too. So that's all, folks.